Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and let's get it started right. Here we go.
We are counting down to XRP Las Vegas 2025. We're witnessing a flurry of positive activity surrounding long-awaited crypto legislation. Now is the time to learn more about the evolution of finance and Web3. You'll want to know more about your options in the new world of decentralized finance. Hear from the best in the industry on stage, including the Honorable Chris Giancarlo, Uphold Simon McLaughlin, a fireside chat with Brad Garlinghouse and Chris Brummer, Stephen McClure, Canary Capital, and more. Go to xrplasvegas.com for speaker updates, ticket information, MGM Grand Room discounts, and more. The journey has been long, and we will celebrate together at the world's largest XRP conference, XRP Las Vegas 2025. Get your tickets now. See you there.
Folks, all I got to say is if you were in that room last year, multiply it times hundreds right now, okay? Multiply it times hundreds right now, more people in the room, okay? This thing's going to be into the thousands. It's going to be unbelievable. The largest XRP conference in the world by a long shot. Now, the crypto market continues to be down. I personally believe most of this is pure market manipulation, which is why I'm buying in these dips like a mother. Let me tell you that. Now, today, I want to first in this video, I'm going to show you what the adults are doing, and then I'm going to show you what the children are saying about what the adults are doing. It's unfreaking believable. I'm blown away every day. Look, I'm 51 years old now. As a 51-year-old man, I've never studied one company and one digital asset more than Ripple and XRP in my lifetime. I've never studied anything investment-wise or any company more than I have these things. And to listen to these Bitcoin children is unbelievable. And I'm going to show you some unbelievable. It's not just the bad things they say. I've never seen so many children so willing to openly slander a company and its executives. I've never seen it in my entire life. I've never seen the naivety, did I say that right, of grown men that do this. It blows me away. Even when we were uncovering ETHgate, we never, or at least I didn't say, oh, well, so-and-so, that's a criminal, or so-and-so, that's a whatever. We just showed you the video and we said, this doesn't appear to look good, that type of thing. Because you start running your mouth about people like that, and that can get you in a lot of trouble. I'm just blown away. It's basic common sense. You don't go out and start talking about people like this. But today, here's where the adults are at the Ondo Summit. David Schwartz is one of the adults. He's going to be talking about DeFi 2.0, Wall Street meets blockchain. Then we've got, unfortunately, he is an adult, but the wrong kind of adult, in my opinion, at the conference. And we're going to be able to capture this on video today, folks. For the first time at a crypto conference since we uncovered ETHgate, you're going to get to see William Hinman on the stage, okay? One of the guys who engineered all of the mess he was one of the engineers of all the mess we've been going through in crypto. And now he wants to bask in the glory of us getting the good guys in that are going to actually regulate and put the regulations in place that he and his buddy, the Jay Clayton, should have done and could have done. But now he wants to bask in the glory. He goes to the crypto ball anyway. You see the point. But you'll be able to watch it at 10 o'clock Eastern time on the Ondo Finance X handle, at Ondo Finance. That's one to watch. Now, here is Representative French Hill This is more adult talk for you Bitcoin children. You may not like this.
That doesn't change the fact that crypto has been under assault by the SEC.
By the way, when I say Bitcoin children, I'm not saying that about 99% of the Bitcoin holders. There's nothing wrong with owning Bitcoin. I hope Bitcoin goes up. What I'm talking about is the 1%, that these Bitcoin maxi children who still think that in this world, Bitcoin is just going to be Bitcoin and everything else is just going to go to zero and go away. You know, these are some naive morons.
Over the past 4 years. And so the reason for legislation is to have a regulatory clarity that directs the SEC and the CFTC exactly what they need to do to protect investors, encourage innovation, encourage companies to use blockchain. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to pass regulatory clarity. And I was so pleased yesterday that David Sachs, representing President Trump, my friend Tim Scott, chairman of the Banking Committee, G.T. Thompson, chairman of the House Ag Committee, and John Bozeman, chairman of the Senate Ag Committee, we all came together yesterday to talk about our priorities to move regulatory clarity for digital assets in the U.S. so that we can have fintech and digital assets be a premier area of innovation and technological advance right here in the U.S. instead of what Gary Gensler left us with was people moving out of the United States, moving offices to London, to the EU, to the Middle East to work on blockchain programs. That's not the right way to operate. And regulation by enforcement is a bad way to go. We should ask that they use an open process through the Federal Register to propose new rules, which Gary Gensler did not do, and to work with Congress to make sure that we have clarity for innovators up and down the capital formation arena.
Okay, so, and then here's a little more adult talk. This is Eric von Miltenberg from Ripple.
Hello. Nothing that I'll say is in any way contrary to what the panelists say, but at Ripple, we've kind of been on this journey of providing infrastructure, digital asset infrastructure for enterprises, for financial institutions for almost a decade now. I mean, our insertion point was with cross-border payments. We have hundreds of financial institution customers around the world. And it's been a journey, right? Initially, I remember being in meetings 4, 5, 6 years ago with a large bank where their team would be with the executive team, and their team would prep us and say, don't say Bitcoin, don't say digital asset, they'll kick you out. And to see the evolution has been dramatic. Initially, we really were providing infrastructure in the form of a messaging product, kind of a swift update or replacement. Since then, we work with our customers, we make sure we're compliant. I think that's obviously a critical part of the infrastructure that we need to keep very much top of mind. And we move at their pace. Sometimes that's very frustrating when you're dealing with large traditional financial institutions, but the speed at which they want to operate and iterate and innovate is increasing dramatically. And we started with cross-border payments. Another core piece of infrastructure, obviously, is custody. We made an acquisition a little over a year ago, a company called Medico in Switzerland that is now that is Ripple Custody, that is serving some of the largest banks and providing that incredibly important piece of infrastructure. And then, per the comments before, this next wave of tokenization, and of course, tokenization in and of itself is great and there's efficiencies, but once you tokenize something, you have to do something with it. You have to be able to store it, come in a compliant, safe way. You have to be able to transact. You have to be able to move value. So it's really putting together not a piece of the infrastructure, either doing sort of collaborating with others to bring those pieces together in a way that's seamless, and or providing those capabilities organically in-house. And we're as a company exploring all of those. All
right, now I'll show you what the children are saying. This is Bitcoin maximalist Peter McCormick. These two clips are unbelievable, folks.
Anyway, so I thought I'll just learn a bit about it. So I studied and I thought, well, Ripple.
Now, let me, I don't have pulled up. Let me see if I can pull up on my phone real quick what this guy's name's Rupert Lowe on why the reform part. So he's apparently a financial / political guy out of the UK. And this is him telling him, look, these are smart people. His brains led him to XRP.
Anyway, so I thought I'll just learn a bit about it. So I studied, and I thought, well, Ripple, which I know, I saw a thing where somebody said it was the wrong thing. So I put in about 9,300. I'll just watch it. And so actually recently, that 9,300 appreciated to something like 46,000. It's come back to about 32, 33,000.
Right. I tell you what, to take it
so
straight.
Tell me about Ripple.
Well, so to me, it's a scam. It's a fraud. I think Brad Garlinghouse, who runs it, is a compulsive liar. They have funded
I saw a clip on that. Somebody said that the other day.
Well, there's two things. They funded misinformation campaigns via Greenpeace against Bitcoin. And they have also been undermining the efforts to create a strategic Bitcoin reserve in the US government. These people, I think they're fundamentally evil. The cryptocurrency Ripple has no purpose. To me, it's a fraud. Personally, he'll probably
is that the same with Ethereum then?
I mean, some of them are just, to me, they're just pointless. They're scams.
Okay, and then here's the second clip. It's unbelievable the things this guy's saying out loud.
So should I flog the Ripple then?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, look, it might go up and down, but ultimately its trajectory is to zero because it has.
The reason I bought it, I tell you, because from a banking point of view, I thought it was relatively well structured.
The guy is trying to be polite to this Bitcoin maxi. This guy's no dummy. He gets it, but he's not going to sit here and fight him on it. It's obvious.
Banks to start doing transfers, because as you know, bank transfers are a scam. So they sit on the money. They're effectively profiting from inefficiencies in the banking system.
Well, the problem,
and this would have allowed for a much. They did have a problem with the SEC at one time, as you probably know, which I think resolved itself.
Yes.
And hence, I mean, it went right.
You know, the SEC who found no fraud, and they would have loved to, and he just called Brad Garlinghouse a scammer, a liar.
And so I thought, well, I'll just forget it, write it off. And then suddenly I looked at it. I didn't look at it for about 6 months. And suddenly I looked at it. It was worth 20 grand. And then...
I mean, congratulations. I actually bought Ripple years ago.
Well, I only did it as a little sort of play just to learn about it.
We have a saying, Rupert, if it's not Bitcoin, it's a shitcoin. But the thing is, Ripple, the company themselves, own a large amount of XRP. Their incentive is to convince people it's useful so they can keep selling it and bringing in they've sold billions of it themselves. But ultimately, it won't make the banking system more efficient. The most efficient bank is Bitcoin.
How does he know?
Because there's no central authority. So even with Ripple, there's a central authority. There's no central...
No, XRP ledger's decentralized. Sorry, buddy. Another lie.
Authority of Bitcoin. I can send it to you and...
So it's completely devolved. It is a bit like a private bank in the old days.
It is pure private money. I can send you it.
No, folks, I want you to understand... I've shown you what the adults are talking about. And by the way, what I didn't show you was this. On the Ondo Summit website. Let me see if I can get there. Yeah. This is adult talk right here. Wall Street 2.0. And it's not going to be built on Bitcoin, folks. It's just not going to happen. Let me get back to where we were. There's the child. And then here's another child. Remember, I wanted to show you. Yeah, this is the one I wanted to show you. Listen to this nonsense.
I don't know what the purpose of a Bitcoin central
Not that. That's not nonsense.
is, and I haven't seen the details
part
of why that's important.
Bitcoin is emerging as the world's reserve capital network. People are realizing that Bitcoin is better than real estate. It's better than stocks. There's not a single company or real estate property that you would rather own for the long term than Bitcoin. So the very simple idea is buy 20 or 25% of the Bitcoin network on behalf of the U.S. government, catalyze the development of that world reserve capital network, and then let all the Chinese and the Russians and the foreigners sell all their other assets and buy Bitcoin, and then the money flows into the United States. If you want to put a great twist on it, dump your gold, sell all the U.S. gold, buy Bitcoin, then the trade is free because you could buy 5 million Bitcoin for the cost of the gold.
Okay. So what all the U.S.'s competition in the world is doing, which is accumulating gold, God's money, this moron's telling you to sell the U.S. You're talking about, you want to know how dangerous that kind of talk is? Dump the U.S. gold to buy Bitcoin. And then the same guy said this. Don't forget, it's unbelievable. This is the number one pundit for Bitcoin. saying this kind of stuff.
If I told you I know how it all ends, right? Once you know how it all ends, that the only use of time is, how do I buy more Bitcoin? But take all your money, buy Bitcoin, then take all your time, figure out how to borrow more money to buy more Bitcoin, then take all your time and figure out what you can sell to buy Bitcoin. And if you absolutely love the thing that you don't want to sell it, go mortgage your house and buy Bitcoin with it. And if you've got a business that you love because your family works for the business, it's in your family for 37 years, and you can't bear to sell it, mortgage it, finance it, and convert the proceeds into the hardest money on earth, which is Bitcoin.
Okay, so the U.S. is supposed to dump gold. You're supposed to mortgage your house. I mean, nobody would tell you ever in finance to mortgage your home to buy anything. He's telling you to mortgage your business, your house, and the U.S. needs to dump gold. That is unhinged Looney Tune talk. All of it. This is a train wreck going full speed down the track. I don't care what anybody says. The Bitcoin train wreck. And I'm not saying Bitcoin's not going to do well, but you can't use this kind of irresponsible talk when an asset, and it has done it, Bitcoin, is cyclical and can drop as much as 80% in the downturns. That would create a financial disaster for people. No leverage in crypto, in my opinion, no leverage in anything. If you can not borrow money or leverage ever, it's a good thing. But to have someone, the main Bitcoin pundit out there talking like that is absolutely crazy. Here's a little more adult talk. Been getting non-stop DMs from devs looking to build on the XRP ledger. Bullish. Okay, I got so much more, but we're already at 16 minutes. DAIXRP.com. I got a lot more I'm going to show you. These people are nuts. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe, hit the like button, and tell your friends and family. There's some more adult talk in DAIXRP.com. Here we go.